Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for being here with me. So as you can see, I am not in my usual studio. I am actually in England right now, going to the ball. And I just wanted to put out a video really quickly before I left to go to the ball. If you're one of my members, you're going to get to see all the behind the scenes of me going to the ball. And we'll talk about it. We'll talk about our experiences at Lady C's ball. I'm so excited to go and to experience another ball. So what we're talking about today is we see that Princess Anne is actually back in her working state. We know she is one of the hardest working royals in the British royal family. And here's the other thing, really quickly, if I could just kind of squirrel, I am hot. Okay, I am hot. It is hot here in England in this hotel, and I do not understand why air conditioners are not a thing, because they're just so beautiful. An AC unit can change your mood immediately when you feel the comfort of the AC, because it is hot here, and I know it doesn't get hot a lot here in England, or people say, well, it's just not worth it, but it is worth it. On the days that you actually do have hot weather, it's worth it. So I'm kind of suffering. I don't know how this is going to work. I hope the climate is nice at Lady C's ball at her castle, because these things just kind of get me over the edge. But so if you see me sweating, that's why. But we're going to talk a little bit about Anne being back in commission, and Prince Harry now has really done some things that have made him not so popular. His CEO of the Invictus Games has actually stepped down after he got this award, and you would think this would be the best time to be a part of the Invictus Games when Prince Harry gets this award. So we'll be talking about that, and Princess Anne. So let's get into it. So Princess Anne has returned to public duties as she opens the A&E unit in Worcester. And she carried out her royal engagement on Friday, and she returned to public duties also as she arrived at Worcester to open a new $35 million A&E unit. My goodness. Well, excuse me for the pronunciation of this word is Worcester. That's the American in me that just kind of came out. But Princess Anne, she carried out her duties as she is making a phased in return to royal engagements following, we know, her accident that she had on the grounds of her estate last month. So that is very nice. Princess Anne, Princess Royal, is doing her duty, and she's like back to work. She's not gonna let no accident keep her down. She's gonna keep it moving. Story we're gonna be talking about here. It looks like Prince Harry's key ally has broken his silence after this bombshell Invictus Games resignation. Yes, so the chief executive of Prince Harry's charity, Dominic Reid, stepped down merely a few days after the Duke accepted a controversial military award. The former chief executive of Harry's Invictus Foundation has spoken out for the first time since quitting the job after nearly a decade with the organization. Now, Dominic Reid, he helped the Duke of Sussex set up the first edition of the Invictus Games in 2014 and remained in charge of the charity for a decade. His resignation is actually days after Harry received the Pat Tillman Award, and despite opposition from the late veteran's mother. And like I said before, he should have never went and got that award. You are doing something against the mother of this fallen man. Why would you do that? And Harry trying to put in his little 2 cents during his acceptance speech for thanking Mary Tillman. You just did that because you had to. You don't respect that woman, in my opinion. You don't respect anything about that family when you show up to get this award when they did not want you to have it. Just disrespect. So we know Mr. Reid made this heartfelt message after he left, and he praised the work of the Invictus Games for their support shown to the veterans since its creation. He insisted serving in the role has been an honor, but as was now, it was right now the right time to actually step down. So speaking to Forces News, Minister Reid said, "It's without question the community that has been built. It's a fantastic closed community, and it's growing 40% a year, which is phenomenal internationally. It has grown to include friends and families, and that's a vitally important part as well. The community is what we have achieved. It has had a heartfelt effect." He also called the organization a great place, but insisted it is now, it now needs a fresh look for the next phase of the Invictus Games. Now, he went on to say, "I think now it requires energy and a fresh look to engage it and to take it to the next level. I think it's a good time for all of us." Now, let me just tell you folks here, this is code word for these people get on my nerves, talking about Harry and Meghan, okay? I'm just going to tell you what the breakdown of what he really is trying to say, because there's two things that I noticed in his statement. He didn't thank Harry. He didn't thank Harry and Meghan for anything. We know that they have since come into the Invictus Games Foundation, and they've taken it over. Meghan is making it look like it's her new platform to promote her own celebrity. And this man looks at this as a fresh start for the new way this organization is now heading. And that is with Harry and Meghan at the helm, to use this charity as a platform to increase their own commercial enterprise, which is disgusting, because you are doing this off of the backs of the people who are suffering, who are a part of this organization, getting support and help. But at the same time, you're using it to impact yourself commercially and to enrich yourself. Nothing really good comes out of this. This should be done via a charity that is operating, but is sustaining itself at minimal capacity, because it's for the support of the men and women who are part of these Invictus Games. So, yeah, this man definitely, I think, is wanting to leave with this new fresh start, going towards how it's going to be run moving forward, like I said, with Harry and Meghan. And then the other thing was he didn't thank Harry. So I noticed a couple things from that speech that shows us he is leaving because things are just not going well behind the scenes. And we also know that several of the veterans have come out and have wanted Harry to step down from the Invictus Games, because they see it as no longer being the same. It's once Meghan came into the fold of this, it has a different look. It feels different. The spending has gone up phenomenally because of all the expenses that have been incurred to help, support Harry and Meghan with all of their travel and the work that they're doing behind the scenes. Everything that Harry and Meghan touch is going to fail. We've seen it, and it's continuing to happen. It just is such a sad thing, because you have real pain out there, and Harry and Meghan can't see it for what it is. They're just lost. And then also going into the African Park scandal, where Harry's even been asked to step down from there as well, because he hasn't done anything about the harm that these rangers have been causing to the natives that live over there. And they're just such poor leaders, and everyone around the world, even in the States now, are waking up to Harry and Meghan, because they're losing friends. They don't have the people are not throwing themselves at them anymore. People are not inclined to get to know them, because they've heard so many negative, not positive things about them. So it just speaks for itself, their work from the people. Okay, and with that, I'm going to be heading over to Lady C's castle, Goring, to enjoy the festivities of the summer ball. I am so excited to go there and to see her and to see others. And as you all remember, last time I went to the coronation ball, there was a gentleman at my table who was a fan of Meghan Markle. And I had a few words for him. Let's see if that's going to happen again. Let's see if I'll be sitting at a table with someone who is not really of the same mindset as I am. We'll have to wait and see, folks, but I'm off to the ball. Cinderella's going to the ball. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye.